Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Resonance and Replay Podcast, episode 4, where we talk about things that resonate with us and you want to replay. He's James, I'm Dillon, that's Cloud Strife. We're going to talk about some fun stuff today, aren't we?
I hope so. We have a list of things to talk about, sort of.
Yes. We totally just weren't traumatized 5 minutes before this recording by anything.
Oh my God. Ah! Oh no.
His own guy's sword with his arm still on it. He went for the jugular, literally.
Oh! 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 They did 4! They did 4 takes! Oh! Oh, we got that Mortal Kombat action going on here.
That's a straight up MK X-ray.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Nothing at all. Not something we're going to talk about. Something.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Gojo.
Well, he wasn't a part of anything.
He's part of what we're going to talk about.
He was mentioned once.
Yeah, once. Hey, he was there. In mentioning.
He was there in mentioning. So, so we'll start off with anime, kind of like we have been, I think. Talk about anime a little bit and then go into gaming stuff. So, what do you want to talk about with anime?
Well, let's get the hot button out of the water. We just watched JJK episode 4 of season 3.
Wait, it was 4?
Was it episode 4? Yeah, it was episode 4.
Oh, this is also episode 4.
Don't do that.
Podcast
Don't do that to me, man.
The podcast is also episode 4. It was like Fate.
Future.
Oh, future. Like Squidward in that episode.
Future.
It is. I was thinking because they did the double episode to start the season. That's why I was
in my head. Episode 1 and 2 drop.
Yeah.
And then 3 was Tengen to be like, I'm going to talk about the Culling games.
Oh,
for
yes.
30 minutes. Look at my 4 eyes.
Yeah. So that's what we just watched. For copyright reasons, we're not going to show our full reaction or anything, but I'll put in a little montage of our facial reactions.
Right here,
and here,
and there, off camera.
Yeah, that one wasn't a good one. That's why it's off camera.
Yeah, that's why it's completely off camera. That was a terrible shot.
Our Spotify fans are going to be mad.
Yeah, for all those listening, you're just not going to see it.
You can click the link in the description and watch the video as well.
Yes, clever. I'm not going to lie, y'all. This episode was insane, so 90% of what we're going to be talking about is spoilers, so we're just entering the spoiler zone right now. You got 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holy mother of God.
Yeah, no, that was brutal.
That was insane.
That was absolutely like a massacre.
Literally a massacre. For those that don't know, Maki went absolute Kill Bill on the Zenin clan of everyone and destroyed everyone and anything associated with that clan.
Including,
go ahead.
Mother.
Father.
Sister is also dead, but that wasn't necessarily
That's what triggered it. That is exactly what triggered it.
And then basically everybody else who just happened to be in the general vicinity. So, it was brutal.
Cinematography was incredible.
It was, yeah.
For a moment, if not a moment, for a hot bit, because I didn't even pay attention to time because I was glued to the screen. It went black and white, but all the blood stayed crimson. Beautiful crimson. And she was going absolutely... How far into the videos can we curse?
I don't know.
Bananas. I'm gonna say bananas.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes.
Yeah, let's give it a bit, Dylan. Let's give it a little bit.
Yeah. But she went bonkers, and the dismemberment.
That's what shocked me more than anything.
Yeah,
they went gruesome with it. I'm sure it's like that in the manga, but I was not expecting it to be. I was just expecting / blood.
Yeah.
Not literal legs cut off, heads, arms literally cut in half, and
Well,
you
I mean,
see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like her dad, like you start off hot with her dad because it hit like here, like this spot. It cuts off up here, not like here, like you'd expect a normal head cut. She went here.
To the Spotify listeners, like the top third of his head.
Yeah.
He's like talking smack, and then you just see it fall off. He's like, eh.
I wonder if that's any sort of homage to the idea of Kenjaku. Similar placement as the stitches.
Yeah, basically exactly. Yeah, that's a good point, because that's roughly, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, so maybe it was just like fresh in her mind, but yeah, it was. From there on, for the next, I don't know, 7 straight minutes of animation, it was just blood.
It was,
lots of blood.
And just, and for those confused on why she killed everyone, we're in the spoiler zone anyway. Her sister Mai dies. Did she essentially like give up her energy to save Maki?
That's kind of it. It was part of a pact or something like that. Because she's got the heavenly pact. It's just known here as...
Yeah, and then that's what essentially triggered an awakening within Maki. And there's like a split second, I'm sure you read the manga, you'll get into more detail of it, where it's like, it was showed Maki walking with the sword that she received from Mai, and like a flash of Toji appeared in like a very like abstract way.
But they looked similar.
Yeah.
Well, and that was what they were trying to do, because the pact is like that. And even, what's his name at the end, he was like, "You're not him."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I am him."
She's basically, it's Maki, but she's essentially Toji.
On Toji level.
Yeah, she's basically Toji level power now.
Yeah. Well, and what's also interesting is, so there's 2 swords. She has a sword that they weren't familiar with as a cursed object.
Yeah.
And then the second one...
That was the Dragon Bone.
The Dragon Bone was the first one.
Oh, the first one, okay.
And then the second one, it kind of looks like Tetsaiga. If anybody here has watched Inuyasha, it kind of looks like Tetsaiga, just a little bit shorter blade and not as thick.
Is that Inuyasha sword itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. But my interpretation of that was like it was essentially like the pact of her life, like this. And I don't think that we've been revealed on everything it does and why at this point in the anime. So.
Okay. But yeah, she obliterates everyone. 3 guys that I don't remember if they were ever shown before. The guy that was like staring.
He clan.
Yeah, the HEI.
Yep.
Like, dude was just like locking down Maki, and she didn't like, she was phased but wasn't phased at the same time, which I love. She's kind of like, oh, I'm here. Oh no, whatever will I do? And the biggest one of that group, just Aura walking up to her like he's the main character of the show, like, yes, I'm him.
Well, and the dude was panicking in the back. He was like trying to hold Maki still. He's like, I can't do this, and the dude just
like casually walking like he's about to like pimp smack her or something, and he's like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine. Goes to throw a fist. It looks like a million fist attack or something. Destroys where they're at.
Just like Deku when he fought Overhaul in season 4 or 3 or whatever it was. Like he cocked back and then all those fists.
Another great fight.
Oh yeah, really, really good fight.
And then it goes back to the eye guy. He's like, oh, we did it. Maki just appears out of the dust holding the dude's head, tosses into some water. Like, all right, who's next? It's like,
just so casually tosses it into the lake. Like, wow. So if anybody was aura farming, she's like, I'll show you what aura farming is.
She's like, this is what it really looks like.
Well, and as far as like some of the going back to the what's the word I used? Not decapitations, dismemberments.
Yes.
Like there was the one we both like he got his feet cut off like 2 or 3 inches above the ankle specifically. Like went for very like these are very creative choices to create discomfort. And they nailed it.
Oh yeah, my legs like tingle thinking about it.
Yeah, it reminds me of that one horror movie where somebody like comes up from the floorboards and cuts the Achilles tendon on somebody.
Don't. Pet Cemetery. Pet Cemetery.
Okay. Yeah.
The killed child under the bed. Ugh.
But it was.
That is the one horror movie moment to this day that gets me like nauseous thinking about it, because I do not mess with Achilles tendons.
Yeah. It was brutal. And then the other one that really caught me, like she like cut a dude's arms, like again not at the wrist, like halfway up the forearm, cut both of them, and his hands holding the sword are flying through the air, and then stab another dude through the head. And I was like, what is going on? So there was a lot of it's going to sound really weird, but a lot of love went into creating this episode.
You can tell they enjoyed making this episode.
Like, all of them were meant to feel uncomfortable. The slashes and stuff, it wasn't your typical... There was a couple of typical, like, head decapitations, but everything else, I mean, it's like through the side, coming down on top, like, things that you wouldn't see so much in those type of scenes. So, like... Somewhere in her mind, like, if you had a soundtrack going, it was like raining blood.
I'm not gonna hum it, but I'm playing it in my head. I'm on expert mode in Guitar Hero. Anyway,
it was a crazy episode.
Oh, we didn't even get to the best part.
What was the best part?
The United States of Smash.
Oh well,
that she delivered on Nioya or whatever his name is.
Oh yeah.
Future James, insert the clip of us reacting right here.
Hope I know which one it is.
Oh, you'll know.
I probably will know.
Insane, right?
Well, yeah, because of the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, because she's just sitting there. Dude's like flash running across a mountain. He's approaching her, and then she just turns like, "What's up, bitch?" Boom! 4 straight shots into the ground of the same punch.
Oh yeah.
And then Mortal Kombat X-rays 70% of his skull into dust. It was so satisfying.
Yeah. It was very satisfying.
I'm mad he didn't die right there, though.
In the weirdest way, though, the way he actually ended up dying was pretty messed up, and I kind of was okay with it, too.
Yeah, just her dying mother stabbing him in the back. Like, did she tell him, oh, well, before you die, go kill him?
Well, no, I don't think so. I think that was her just doing it out of her own, like
she's like, this is your fault.
Yeah, like her own dying thing. So she tried to stop Maki from going into the vault. Mm-hmm. And Maki went after her mother, and I think her interpretation of that is, you knew and you didn't tell me. Mm-hmm. You did try and... So at first I thought she was going to spare her, because she's like, you did try and stop me. Like, you knew it was going to happen and you didn't want me to go, but you did not say it was going to happen. Mm-hmm. So I'm wondering... At first I thought she was actually going to let her live, and then it was like, no, you didn't tell me what was actually happening, and you let Mai go down there. I think that's probably what the real problem was. So I was surprised to see, like, I mean, she took out her own parents, and unlike what happened with Ghetto, we saw this.
Oh yeah, I mean if you listen to how her father, you listen to how her father was speaking about her, it's like,
well, yeah, he had a 1,000,000,000% coming, but it was interesting to see it actually animated, because we didn't see it with Ghetto. We just heard about it. So, really, really good episode. I don't know what else there is to say. It was 9.5 out of 10, probably.
It's easily the best episode of the season so far.
Yes, absolutely. No doubt.
And those that complained about episode 3 just being a bore fest of explanation, I'm sure they're very happy with this episode.
They probably are. Yep.
Although it's like, I'm not one to be bored by like lore dumping and explanation of stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's just like, I was not expecting
Speaking of
Maki to go full Kill Bill on this clan.
Yeah, she did. She absolutely did. There's some... Oh, I can't talk about that because that's a spoiler for you. For Naruto.
I don't even remember what happened in...
Put your fingers in your ears. Spoilers for the rest. Skip like maybe 30 seconds. It felt very Itachi. Okay.
I'm free.
You're free.
I am free. Just rip off my clothes.
Yeah, there's a very specific moment. It felt very reminiscent of that. It was almost trying to
talk Naruto or Shippuden?
Well, technically, it happens before the events of current day Naruto, so definitely before Shippuden. But it doesn't get revealed until Shippuden.
Oh, okay. This thing's so far down the road, I'm not even remember when I started watching this.
You might remember because it's one of the... But the thing is, it's one of the coolest... The whole thing, and we have a friend who's been watching pretty consistently, and he's going to know exactly who I'm talking about because he's that guy. So there's this very specific story arc in Naruto that's done really, really well, and it takes a long time to play its full arc. Mm-hmm. But Evan, you know who I'm talking about from this situation? I said it, obviously, so you heard it, but... we can talk about that at another point or something, but you got to get caught up on Naruto.
Yes, I need to start watching Naruto, which I'm announcing here, I'm going to start watching Naruto and start talking about it weekly episodes.
There you go.
Mostly to get my ass in gear and actually start watching it. Even though I haven't even watched the episodes of Free Run until like an hour ago, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just kind of worked out because we needed to eat and, everything. But yeah, speaking of like lore dumping and stuff like that, and maybe not the fastest paced anime in the world. Yeah, Free Run watched, 2 episodes?
Yeah, I did say I was going to get caught up to episode 10. Life things happened. Wasn't able to watch anything. We watched episode 5 and 6. I was introduced to Stark, Mr. Red Hair Boy, and I watched this boy slaughter a dragon.
Yeah.
And it was satisfying.
It was very satisfying.
I love how much bombastic side-eye Fern has given him since he's joined the crowd. She's just like, I hate you. You're small. And it's like, Fern, you chill. You chill right now, young lady.
Well, to be fair, he kind of gave off like a Zenitsu vibe at first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Were you worried that that's who he was going to actually be?
As soon as he was like, no, please, no, I was like, But then the actual dragon fight happened. I was like, oh, okay. He doesn't have to fall asleep to awaken his full power until later in his run.
Yeah. I thought it was really, really cool storytelling.
Also, he's the pupil of Ison, which I love the dwarf men, so...
Yeah, I do like Ison quite a bit. I love the callbacks to, like, the fun, ridiculous journey that, like, because he was like, this is ridiculous, why are we doing this? Mm-hmm. And then he came to appreciate it because of the way he told the stories to Stark. Mm-hmm. So he clearly came to appreciate it, even though Himmel had to really beat it into his head. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd rather have fun and do some wild, ridiculous things on this journey than it be all about doom and despair.
Absolutely. And what I'm enjoying, I've already talked about this earlier, but I love it how it's like the people joining Freerin have been pupils of her previous party. Mm-hmm. And it's like, so that's giving her the vibes like, oh, this is a new adventure, but it's in a way the same crew in a weird way.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm enjoying that aspect. I'm like, compared to the first 4 episodes, 5 and 6 picked up the pace. Yeah. And like a lot of stuff happened. I'm like, oh, okay. So, and you did explain, like, okay, it starts picking up at this point. So
it does pick up.
I'm looking forward to actually getting caught up on this season so I can watch season 2 as it comes out. Hopefully before season 2
finishes.
Is it going to be a full release, or are they doing part 1 of season 2 and then part 2?
So I believe that there's only 10 episodes or 11 episodes for season 2 total. I don't think it's even being split. The manhwa is a little... Freeren's
a manhwa?
I think it's a manhwa. Future James here. Freeren is in fact not a manhwa. But the...
Manhwa is if it's Korean, right?
I think so.
Okay. I think Soul Leveling was considered a manhwa.
That is a manhwa. I know that. I'm very sure about that.
Soul Leveling was made in Korea, so that...
But
if Freeren's a manhwa, then it's Korean made.
Freeren got picked up pretty early on in comparison, like, to the writing. If they are not careful, they will very quickly catch up. And then you get into that dangerous territory of, do you take an extended break to let the chapters build up? But
do you take 4 years to release a season,
or do you start going on your own and then making your own content, which I don't think is something that people would want, and I think it would be risky for. Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Looking at you, Game of Thrones.
I think that it would be. I think that it wouldn't make sense to do that unless you got the author in. But the thing is, I think that the author is overwhelmed and like taking some breaks here and there for health reasons.
I mean, understandably, like
I think it's like real health. Yeah. Like I think it's more than just that. Like more than just the pressure that gets. Like the Black Clover mangaka, he gets sick from the pressure of the writing and the amount of stress that gets put on him. I think that the author for Freeren is just unfortunately not in good health.
Yeah. Then there's also the Hunter x Hunter mangaka whose health has been an issue for more than a decade at this point.
Yeah. I don't think that one is as much from the work. I think that's just they are older. So and we could be wrong. We're not like the most educated on mangaka, so please take that with a slight grain of salt there. Yeah. But
we're not NC Hammer or Danny Mata. We don't research this shit.
Yeah, we didn't research it that far. Yeah. It's based on some of the information we get, and please correct us in a respectful way.
Yes,
we're based, but Yeah, I think that they have to be careful with the pacing on Freerin because we don't want it to get into just filling territory just for the sake of having content. So, but the next handful of episodes, specific, and I showed you the title of one. So,
so I know what to look forward to that episode.
It may be a little bit more stretched over the next episode after that too, but there's there's a mini arc coming and it's really good, so you'll enjoy it for sure.
All right,
you'll kind of get to see a little bit different side of Free just a little, not a ton, but a little.
Does she have a rage moment? Never mind.
I'm not gonna. I don't want it to be a spoiler. We have not seen Freerin lose her cool yet.
No, we've seen her cry, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm talking like even throughout this entire season, she's never once been uncomposed. And I have not watched episode 2 of season 2 yet. I will probably do that tomorrow. But yeah, no, still, I'm actually enjoying kind of going back through it with you. I think it would actually be kind of fun if we always save 1 or 2 episodes to do here. There's a specific moment that I would like to, like what we did with JJK earlier, and I'd like to see you go through a couple of those episodes because I'd be curious to see how you react. So we'll do, if you guys think that that's cool, we can do a little bit
more. Yeah, let us know in the comments if you'd prefer that.
But is there anything else anime going on right now? I feel like a little bit slower otherwise. JJK was a huge episode. I haven't watched Freerin yet.
I know there were some that were coming out that you listed that they're
like
not
Hell's Paradise. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
They're not on my radar, so it's like I can't even think about it.
You know what I need to do? I need to watch the rest of Dan season 2. I haven't done that yet. I haven't done that, and I love Dan. I loved season 1.
Comment section, roast him right now.
I actually loved season 1 a lot.
How many episodes do you gotta watch?
I don't know how many episodes there were.
Where did you leave off?
Like the episode where it was like the episode after the rock concert in the backyard. So really
you mean the best episode of the season.
Maybe, I mean, yeah, it was pretty, like, you just never know what
Insert that gif right now.
the Deku one? Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, where they're all headbanging to the music.
Oh, the actual one from Dandadan.
Yeah. Even Grandma just...
Yeah, it was... You just never know what that anime is going to do.
I'm in love with Dandadan.
I love Dandadan. And I really love Momo.
I know.
I love Momo. And I think that, at least from what I've seen so far...
It caught me off guard. Like, nobody I knew was talking about it. Like, you brought it up to me, I think. And I was like, oh, and then I saw... like Mano's reaction to it. I'm like, okay, checked it out. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And fell in love with it immediately. That first episode was very weird. Certain things happened in there.
Yep.
Weird banana organ related stuff. But it hooked me immediately. Yeah. The comedy of it was fantastic.
I think what's really interesting is that there's also like a really, really good level of honesty about the characters that really, in the first handful of episodes, you don't see it a ton, but there is this like honesty about the way, especially the way that Momo and Okarun like progress in season 2, like after they deal with the volcano and the worm stuff, like when they're in the car and they're like starting to like slowly put the hand touch stuff, like it's so watching
their relationship grow is like that. I feel like that's how like teenagers would like that are growing closer would be in that situation.
Yeah, like really authentic while keeping such a wildly bizarre story in the like going on.
Yeah, the story is what the fuck.
Yeah,
but they fight Beethoven and Mozart, and you haven't seen this. Great show. Moving on. That was straight up the Markiplier gift.
That whole little bit right there is going to get cut to an edit and just so you know.
My brain, for some reason, thought that happened earlier, so that's on me.
You're good.
My timeline of what happens in that season is completely screwed up.
You're good. You're good.
Well, maybe if somebody watched it.
Shut the fuck up, guy!
I have no room to talk. I have no room to talk.
At least with you, I know you haven't watched it. I have a friend. He doesn't know if he's fucking watched it because
hurts.
Your face is gonna hurt in a second. Every time, if he. Every time I ask him, he's like, I don't know what happens. What is it about? And I'm like, bro, how do you not know? And then he's like, I don't know. I just never remember things until I see it again or until you start talking about it. And I'm like, dude, how can I have a conversation about anime with you if you never remember?
Sir, you need to go get your brain checked out. That's a condition.
Well, so he's like, and then he flipped it on me. And he was like, but this is the best part, though. It means I get to rewatch so much stuff, and it's like watching it for the first time again. I was like, honestly, I'd kind of rather have that problem.
Yeah, give me that with video games. Let me replay Elden Ring for the first time.
Give me that with
I'm
music?
a masochist. Let me die 300 times with the same boss again.
Die 300 times. Anyway, Dan. Really good season 1 from start to finish. Well, I'll say the last episode is by far the weakest because it literally feels like it should just go to another episode.
Season 1 and season 2 should have been season 1, part 1, season 1, part 2.
Yeah, realistic. And it was a little bit longer gap, but I think the studio was just not over doing a ton. I think that's all it was. But it just felt so weird because they left off in the middle of an episode, basically.
Yeah,
and then they pick up in the middle of an episode. It's not like a cliffhanger or like an even small story.
What was the fact that they're like season 2 is like 6 months away? It's like, oh, so you did all this, just split it at a random part, and then.
But I will say, I'm assuming that it had to do with the projects that they were taking, and they didn't want to compromise the quality or overwork the artists. So while it was a weird choice, they could have probably found a way to maybe just they should have ended the season 1 episode earlier, like with the introduction of what's his name, the really Gigi. Yeah, they should have just ended season 1 with his introduction probably before they ever go up the mountain. And that would have felt like a more natural
stop. Oh, new character. Where's this going to lead?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not a cliffhanger as much as it would just be like, hey, we're putting a stamp on this arc, and now we're starting a new one.
Was it the end of that episode where they revealed it was like Momo's like childhood crush? That Gigi was her childhood crush?
Maybe. That would have been a good that would have been like cliffhanger thing, because then it creates it all.
Karoon's going to be in fist fights. I mean, technically.
I mean, yeah, kind of, yeah.
I was about to say, you've seen that part. I don't care about Spawn talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of what's going on in anime. So I'll catch up. I'll catch up on Dan to Dan, and we can talk a little bit more about...
I was about to be like, you better catch up. And then I'm like, oh, wait, you're in Naruto, One Piece, everything.
Well, I haven't watched One Piece, so
I have so many things that I need to watch. So, in like 25-year backlog.
Yeah, you've got a ton that you need to catch on. Did you ever actually watch Dragon Ball Super, by the way?
No.
I didn't think so.
I just basically was like, what's the big moment? Okay, cool. That's a cool concept. Like when Ultra Instinct happened and everyone was like losing their minds. I'm like, oh, he's got silver hair. So he's really fast.
Yeah. So Ultra Instinct was actually, it was really interesting because I remember I was watching Super Weekly, and actually it was Drew. You remember Drew?
Yeah, I remember Drew.
From the Sioux? Yeah. Well, he's from Colorado, but whatever. Yeah. Drew was watching it, and he actually was the one who got me to start watching it weekly when we were living together. And I remember, like, when people say that stuff breaks the internet, like, we joke about that and say it pretty casually. The Ultra Instinct episodes near the end of the Tournament of Power literally broke the internet. Like, I remember trying to watch it because it went live at like 11 a.m. on Saturdays. It was the server. It was just down. If you were lucky enough to get in and load the episode, like, good job. But I remember like Funimation was down for like 4 or 5 hours because it was the velocity to try and get there and see that episode was insane. And to be fair, some of the Tournament of Power stuff was really cool. The plot armor is thick with that one, but at the end of the day, the Super has its ups and its downs. For sure, but I just remember because obviously, like, thinking of like anime origination or our anime journey together specifically actually was kind of like DBZ Abridged, which I still remember sitting in the bedroom
discovering that.
Yeah,
like I literally, I think it was
it was summer break.
Was it summer break? I'm thinking winter.
No, I thought it was summer break.
I could have sworn it was winter break because it was either some rain. I think it was like after a homecoming.
No, I thought we were getting ready for the senior get together that we had at your place.
Oh yeah.
I think we were getting ready for that.
That was when we discovered it, but like later we binged.
Yeah, we didn't get through all of it then. We got through like the first 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah. So I remember watching the Goku Vegeta like 3-episode bit.
Yeah.
There was snow on the ground.
Yeah. When we first found it, it was still summertime because I remember talking about the goddamn Yoshi.
Damn it, Goku!
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like, I really don't care. I will die on the hill that DBZ Bridge is a better way to watch DBZ than DBZ itself.
I mean,
I will die on that hill. I don't care.
I don't want to go that route because I don't want to. No disrespect to Toriyama-san.
Oh, I will never disrespect Toriyama-san.
He's the GOAT.
It's faster.
If you want to, and that's how I got it. Alexandria never watched Dragon Ball. I put her through all of DBZ Abridged, and she was like, "I feel like I actually do understand what's happening," and I'm like, "You do."
Yeah,
you actually do.
I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z when it came out. I played the Budokai games, did the story mode.
Well, to be fair, the Budokai,
that's
Budokai
how I got
1 specifically, not as much,
games.
But Budokai 2 and 3 did a great job.
And I was like, who's this Boo guy? Why is this one fat? Why is he all of a sudden tall and skinny? Why is he a child now? Oh, Goku's got a really long mullet and no eyebrows. Fantastic.
Did I send you... I think I sent you that gif, like, Vegito messing around with Boo when they first fused with the Patara earrings. Like, he pinched his neck between his elbow and his knee. And I was like, God, that's gotta hurt.
Oh, yeah. That's immediate pain.
Yeah. Oh, pain. That's a character that you'll like one day.
The world shall know true pain.
You know you're actually quoting, sort of, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know who pain... Like, I know characters
from
the show. I just don't know their placement, their desires, who they kill.
Their relevance.
Yeah, their relevance.
To the plot.
Like I said, I know Madara. I know Obito. I know Pain. That's where I'm stopping.
Okay, fair enough. Let's transition into gaming. We had a little bit of news in gaming this week. Some good, some bad. Where do we want to start with that?
Ubisoft.
I've been calling them Ubisoft for like 10 years.
Bitches is what they are.
Bitches.
Canceling my Sands of Time remake.
That's so interesting.
I am heated.
Dude,
I've wanted that since I was a child.
Dude, the internet blew up. Like, they were pissed about it.
They announced that either during 21, yeah. How do you go, like, and well, they released that trailer and everyone's like, this looks like a early PS3 game. They're like, our bad. We're going to restart it.
Yeah.
And then apparently they're like, oh, it never got to the level. It's like, no, you just didn't want to put more money into it.
So, what's his name? Tom Henderson, I think. He's a pretty reliable source within the gaming news community. So he had reported back in November that, according to his sources, the game was supposed to launch in February or January again. That was the initial timeline of this year. Yep. It was
nowhere near done.
And it apparently. Then they got to December and they pushed it to March. So it actually, in theory, was that. Like, how do you get a game that you've been developing for 5 years since 21? Well, before 21, right? We just heard about it in 21.
I think it was originally supposed to launch in 21.
Yeah, 21 or 22. One or the other.
So that was like trailer was either time. Like, I think it was supposed to originally launch in 21. Comment section, politely correct us. Politely. Pointing for those listening, I'm pointing at the camera. Politely.
Yep.
I think it was supposed to launch early 2021, so we would have seen a trailer summer 2020.
Yeah.
And then the trailer sucked, so they delayed it, and just
then they rebooted it completely.
Yeah.
Like
and then we didn't hear anything about it. Just like, oh, they're making progress.
Yep.
And then I think it was one of several games that they canceled. I don't know about the other ones. I was too heated about Sands of Time.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or 7 total cancellations, most of which had never been known to the public. But But I just don't understand. And like we talked about Scalebound a little bit. Another
that
one
still hurts.
Another one that I've been talking about with my buddy Mike recently was like the Last of Us multiplayer project that was being worked on. Because originally, Last of Us Part 2 was supposed to have a multiplayer mode. They decided, hey, we don't want to hold the game back for this multiplayer mode. We're going to do it as a standalone release. Okay. And so they stripped it away and they kept working on it, and then they kind of canceled it. And what's really interesting, like I don't understand how studios spend $100 million, $150 million on production on a product or a game, and then you get to the point where so Sands of Time remake, in theory that could have came out in 90 days and it's not ready yet. Fine, I don't want a broken game, but why? And I just don't understand this. Why wouldn't you go out and throw maybe a $20 price tag on it and really because the way that game production normally works is that the game gets to a playable state, start to finish, and then you start polish, and you're not really making decisions anymore. It's optimization, polish, performance, and so why not release it? And at some point, you're going to see the quality start to dip, but why not release it for $10-20 and just say this is not what we wanted it to be in the end. Recoup some of your money and just be honest about what it is. And I understand, and I say that
as the 2000s Prince of Persia trilogy fan, I haven't played any other Prince of Persia games. Just that trilogy: Sands of Time, Warrior Within, Two Thrones. I have those on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I don't talk about them that much, but I have them on a pedestal. I'm trying to find GameCube copies to play on my GameCube for like a cheap for because I love that trilogy. If they release a not finished version for $20, I still would not have gotten it.
Really?
That would have been if they gave it the quality it deserved and had a $70 price tag on it. If it had a deluxe edition, even a collector's edition, I would have gotten the collector's edition.
So
I love Sands of Time.
Even if it was playable from start to finish. I'm not saying release it and then you just randomly in a mission you can't play anymore. But let's say that just you see the quality dip a little bit in the visuals because they haven't polished it yet, but you can still play it start to finish. Even for $10-20.
Nope.
That's crazy. See, I'm very much the opposite. I'd rather get some of it than get nothing. Because realistically, I look at it this way. What they could do is if they released it that way, there are people who are going to buy it. There are people who won't, for sure. But then that maybe that, I don't know, 500,000 copies they sell at $20 a piece is enough for them to go, you know what? That's the money we needed to finish this project, and we update the rest for free.
Well, I would say if they can't give it the quality it deserves, just take the assets and change it to something else, and then release that for $20.
Oh, okay. I mean, different strokes for different folks. I guess maybe it's also because I don't have that akin love for Prince of Persia like you do. I've played the first one.
Those three games are literally considered the cream of the crop of Prince of Persia.
Yeah, well, I know, and I know
Sands of Time specifically is literally here. Everything else is about here or lower.
And I just never really played them like that. I played sparingly, but I never beat one.
I haven't played the new one, but that seemed like the
Lost Crowns.
Lost Crowns. I haven't played that one.
That was actually really good because it's like a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I heard fantastic things about it. I'm not a Metroidvania guy, and that's the biggest turnoff for me.
Sure.
But it's I've heard nothing but fantastic things about it. I hope it's sold well. That's all I'm hoping. I haven't looked into it. Of course
not well enough for them.
Yeah, well, a lot of people see the Ubisoft name and they're just oh.
Yeah, I know that a lot of sources that I follow talked very highly of it.
Aren't they working on a Black Flag remake for 4, or did that get canceled too?
So the rumor is that it's not canceled; it's just been delayed for quality reasons.
So it's been delayed for 5 years and then canceled. Got it.
Yeah,
I'm learning Ubisoft's process now.
I think you want to know what's crazy about their process? Beyond Good and Evil 2 is apparently still a project. Because if that would have been canceled, somebody would have
That was announced when we were in school.
Yep. It's the wildest thing.
Not even high school, middle school. We were in middle school when that was announced.
And we got an update on it in
2018.
2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
I thought it was 15,
I don't think we got anything since. I feel
nothing. Literally nothing.
I feel like they've put more money into that than they would have had done in Prince of Persia. So why did Prince of Persia get canceled, but that hasn't been? I will never understand. My unholy trinity is EA, Ubisoft, and now Bethesda.
Yeah. I think that
I will never understand those three companies anymore.
I will say that Bethesda is better to their people.
Yeah.
Than Ubisoft and EA are.
Yeah.
But they're not
but I also like show something for Elder Scrolls 6. Don't announce it 8 years in advance. Not even have any gameplay of it, and then just don't talk about it.
Did I send? I think I saw a video yesterday about Todd Howard, and
how he's a salesman and not a
salesman,
gamer.
And like not a game, like a real, like a big game developer.
I've
like
seen that same video, and I went back and watched all the reveals. It's like he is a professional hype man.
Yep.
For games that wind up being like 6 out of 10s.
Yep.
And that's how they get the sales.
Fallout. So like I think at the end of the day, if you look at their entire book, Fallout 3 and Skyrim specifically stand out. Oblivion was a solid RPG, and I think maybe some people would get at me for that because I don't.
These came into was Oblivion, the horse armor, for like $2.
I don't. Are you thinking about World of Warcraft?
No, I'm thinking of Oblivion. I've seen memes where people are saying Oblivion's were like the first console DLCs started coming.
It might be. It might be.
So thanks, Bethesda.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that Bethesda is not as bad as EA and as EA and
Watch, I have to say this at Games Fest. Elder Scrolls 6 is revealed. It comes out in like October with like this insane collector's edition. Looks gorgeous. It's like I'll eat my shoe if that happens.
There's no way.
I know, and that's why I'm saying I'll eat my shoe. My salt-covered, sweat-filled shoe.
I think at best Elder Scrolls is a 29 title. 28 maybe. Maybe.
You're telling me it takes 18 years to go from 5 to 6?
Yeah.
I mean, we're almost there with GTA, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to look at the fact that they did do Fallout 4. They did do...
Elder Scrolls, they've been running Elder Scrolls Online
for 10
years now, 12 years.
They did Fallout 76. They did
running.
Starfield. So they have 5 mainline releases in there, so...
But the Elder Scrolls 6 thing is just more of my gripe of don't announce games too early.
Yeah, well, there's just no point in saying... Like, everyone knew that they would eventually get to 6.
Yeah.
Like,
just don't announce it if you're nowhere near ready.
Yeah, like, now entering... What? Like, you're pre-production isn't the right word, because at the point that they created that trailer, like, for what?
Did they even start, concepts of it?
Yeah, like, I don't even think that they would have landed on the region within the Elder Scrolls universe that they were going to be a part of. So, I don't know. Bethesda is not my favorite. Ubisoft, to go back to them, like, they canceled 6 or 7 unannounced projects. Who knows what the damage is internally? They closed 2 studios within Ubisoft, and so people lost their jobs. And I think that's just... why they don't take chances. Even when they take chances, they don't take chances. Like them going and making the Star Wars games, like the Last Jedi game, which was relatively well received. What was the sequel called?
Jedi Survivor.
Yeah, Jedi Survivor, and then they did Outlaws, which I don't think it sold super well.
I don't think it succeeded, but I heard it was a decent enough game.
Yeah, it was decent. It was.
If you were a Star Wars fan, you were gonna love it.
It was probably good, but the problem is, like, that's not really a gamble. You're taking a well-established IP, and Lucas Media is signing off on anything that you put out. So, I don't think that was a risk. Like, go out and do like what we talked about last week. Like Game Freak making Nature of or Reincarnation, Beast of Reincarnation. Jesus, like Gorilla and Horizon. I keep using that example. Do something actually risky. Like it's Far Cry 6. It's Assassin's Creed 79. It's Division 3 just got reconfirmed. Like they're actually
doing a Division 3?
They are. They're well into development because they're putting out updates for Division 2 now. They went back and they're putting some updates out for a new event. There's like a light or like a realistic mode now where like, I mean, if you get shot in the head, you die. Like it's not
that just makes sense.
It's not a bullet spongy game like it was before. Because before it was meant to be kind of like an RPG, a leveling system. Certain guns did more damage. They're adding a realistic mode.
Good for the Division fans.
Oh yeah, they're super thrilled.
It's like that. Like I said, when I discovered what that original launch game was, I was like, not for me. but it's like I could see the concept, I could see the vision of what they were wanting it to be.
Yeah.
And for the fans of that game, I'm glad they're getting something from it. Like the company is still giving it love.
Yeah.
And the fact that a third game is coming, it's like, okay, yeah, there you go.
Well, there was a game that was canceled called Division Wildheart, Fireheart, Project Fireheart. I don't remember what, but it was a free to play like live service division-y type game, and it got canceled. But it was in a state where they were actually like you could go sign up and try and get into the closed like the NDA projects and stuff. You could actually try and get into them. And there were streamers and stuff who did, and then it got canceled, and they were allowed to at least say that they participated in the end, I think. Or maybe they weren't allowed to. They're just like, well, you canceled the game. What's it matter? But I think that, for me, The Division actually did sound really cool up front because the story is really unique. It's the virus that spread. Basically, it got put on money during Black Friday. And because of how much cash, it spread real fast.
Oh, that's clever concept,
right? I thought that was a really cool thing. And then you kind of get in this post-apocalyptic, resources are scarce and this kind of stuff. But my problem with the game, where I had a hard time, one, third-person shooters don't normally do it for me. Especially if you're talking PvP. I talked about that in my Arc Raiders rant last week, and I could probably go back into that, but I'm gonna.
Let it die, let it die.
We're gonna let it go. Anyway.
Thank you, also.
Yeah, that was my biggest gripe with it because I was like, dude, like this hyper realistic event from this virus, like killing people and making survival hard. How did we take this really cool, grounded, gritty concept, and then we turn it into, I need to shoot you literally 1,000 times in the face because my pistol is too low of a level to hurt you, and you're a human. That makes no sense to me. I'm not a fan of that. So the realistic mode that they're adding kind of intrigues me. If they do something like that in the Division 3 where it's I don't need it to be like the most realistic thing in the world, but I would rather you find a way to create difficulty through realism than bullet spongy in that environment. Now, like a lot of people are like, well, you play Destiny and you love Destiny and those things are bullet sponges. Yeah, we're talking about aliens with magic powers, okay? I'm fine with that.
A little bit different than a human with a backpack.
Right, exactly. Or a military game with drones, whatever. So, cool. I hope that it's good. I know that some of my friends are really into Division. I hope they love it. It's good, but...
Probably a Game Fest reveal if it's... Like, did they announce that they just started working on it?
No, it's been in the works for a little bit. Okay. I think that maybe we could see our first look at it this year, but probably next year is a little more realistic.
Okay.
But Ubisoft does their own events sometimes. The Uplay events or whatever.
I forget they have their own thing.
So I guess it is possible because we're not restricted. Like they're a company that will just show it when they want to show it. There are some companies who wait for specific events. So I don't know. Ubisoft sucks. I'm sorry for everyone who may have lost their job. I hope you land on your feet in a studio that treats you better and gives you some creative freedom to do some other things, because I don't need any more of the Ubisoft titles. Like, I just don't. I would love to see them go out and do something unique.
Well, I mean, it takes them letting go of people to get something unique. Right, Sandfall? Congratulations on all the awards.
Yeah, didn't they? Yeah, well, gaming news this week, didn't they hit that? You mentioned it. What was it? Didn't they break the record for most game awards?
Oh, yeah. Expedition 33 passed Elden Ring for most Game of the Year awards.
In history. That's crazy.
Which, oh my God.
Yeah. Actually, I was thinking maybe next week we could really dive into Expedition 33 a little bit more and talk about whole spoilers and the ending and all that stuff, because next week, you know what I'll have sitting on that table behind us?
What will you have sitting on the table behind us?
The Monolith Edition.
Trying to find out the image that has the exact number while we're discussing really quick. But no, the game deserves all the awards it gets.
It was like 430 something, wasn't it?
33. Trying to find the exact image.
Well, while he's looking for that, one of the other things that happened this week, and since this is more my speed anyway, Marathon from Bungie got re-revealed with a pre-order, even a collector's edition and stuff, which, if you want to talk about dropping the ball last year. Marathon dropped the ball super hard with the art scandal. And then the playtest was terrible in June. I think it was June or July. The playtest was really, really poorly received, unfortunately. And they had to really go to the grindstone. I can't talk about the fall experience because I am under NDA, but the re-reveal looked really solid. I think that they've actually got a really good chance of actually succeeding, and they're winning some player sentiment back right now. They're also doing a full free-to-play weekend before the game comes out. Nothing held back. Just go play the game. We hope you love it, and then pick it up. And Arc Raiders revealed their roadmap. So because they're both extraction shooters, that was also the other thing. Arc Raiders has obviously got a ton of momentum. Arc Raiders roadmap is missing content around the same time that Marathon's dropping. Because if they were to drop a new map with new loot at the exact same time in Arc Raiders, that would have been a tough sell. They're missing that window a little bit. So there's a chance that Marathon could succeed, and I hope so for Bungie's sake. But it feels like Escape from Tarkov meets a Bungie shooter meets Apex Legends. So, anyway, that is something that I'm looking forward to at least trying. I don't know if I'll love it, but I'm looking forward to at least trying it.
For Bungie's sake, I hope that succeeds.
God, I need it too.
Yes,
because they need that team, because the PvP team and a bunch of people got pulled off of Destiny to finish that project with the bad reveal last year. So they put in the work. I imagine they probably put in a ton of crunch time to get it there, unfortunately. But Bungie, for whatever reason, and I really please, whoever needs to hear this, Bungie, when they have their backs really up against a wall, like they did with before they released Taken King, before they released Forsaken and Destiny 2, when they were about to release the final shape and they had the reveal that was lukewarm for the final shape, which was the penultimate part of the first story arc, the 10-year journey. When they get their back against the wall, they find a way to somehow create literal magic. I don't know what it is, but they find a way to do it. I just wish they didn't need to have their back against the wall, knife to their neck to do it. So anyway, that's what I got from the Marathon side. But what did you get there?
So I found the image. So at the time of this it was a post on, looks like X, from a individual named Kami. It looks like the top 3 games that have won the most Game of the Year awards. In third place is Last of Us Part 2, with 326 total Game of the Year award wins.
Okay.
Second, originally in first place, was Elden Ring, which deserves everything it gets. Don't shake your head in my peripheral vision, sir. 429 total Game of the Year wins, so it's quite a jump. And then Expedition 33 has overtaken that. I don't know if this is its total deadline or if it's still winning more and more. Is up to 436 total Game of the Year wins.
That's crazy.
Which for turn-based games, that is incredible. Yeah. Especially in the modern age, where a lot of people are like, "Oh, turn-based, I can't just pew."
Yeah, a lot of people need more from games. So that's awesome. Yeah, again, all the love to Sandfall.
For a indie title too, that's incredible for that development team. Good on them. I hope this literally sends them to the stratosphere of game development. Yeah, I agree. I'm excited to see their actual next title. Yeah. Once we get to that point, sure, it's going to be a hot minute. Yeah. But I'm excited to see what they come up with in the future.
I think it was 5 total years from concept to shelf for 33, but they needed to secure funding during that time. They needed to build their team. So I would anticipate that the next title is probably 3.5 to 4.5 years.
We'll probably see it by 29 or 30 at the latest, probably.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair, because they've said they don't really want to change the size of the team, and we talked about that before. keeping the team the same size, but now as long as since they've already figured out their engine, they've already figured out like how they are going to do things from a productivity standpoint. They don't need to go get funding or publishing. They don't need any of that. They can just go do, and after the success they had, their publisher is probably going to say, whatever you want to do, like it's your game.
Sign that composer to a lifetime contract and have him make music for all your games.
Yeah,
he did an incredible job.
Yep, he sure did. Honestly,
like that soundtrack is god tier.
It's so good. So yeah, they're gonna have no issues. We'd probably jump. I would imagine they're probably pretty deep in what they're doing next, actually.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that they did patches and stuff, but once that game released, there wasn't a ton that they needed to do.
DLC, like, I mean, they did that DLC straight up like a thank you.
Yeah, but even still, like it was a whole new play space with some puzzles, a bunch of super bosses.
Yes, a bunch of super bosses.
A lot of like nice little. What's doing that? But overall, something that they could have put a portion of the team to work on while they're probably doing like building main concepts for their next title, writing the next title, all that stuff. So very cool. What else was going on in gaming this week? I feel like there was a couple other things.
Speaking of a lack of news, how you doing, Sora? You got anything for me? A new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer? No? Okay.
Yeah. That would have been cool for the 7th anniversary.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3 is 7 years old, y'all.
Counting at the time of this recording and on the Japanese release.
Yes.
Specifically.
It's like, it's been out longer than we waited from seeing the reveal trailer.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had to think about how you meant that.
I wish I could somehow go back in time and just put a camera up to us reacting to that back then. Because we lost our shit. Well, you were losing your shit at first.
You didn't believe it.
Yeah, no,
I didn't believe it.
Because I was like, we've been burned too many times. Let's wait. Let's calm ourselves. Sora's on the beach picking up the Keyblade. I'm like, let's calm ourselves. And then the 3 came out. I was like, okay, now we can freak out. What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember because it was the presentation where they had shown off
Final Fantasy 15 got revealed right before it too, so you were
the
like
conversion to
double.
15. Yeah, because Nomura-san was talking about it, and they showed off the fighting in Insomnia, which didn't even make it into the final game, which is still funny to me, because you never fought, you were never there in the day. But then he's like, oh, by the way, we kind of have like this other thing that we're kind of. I treasure that man, and at the same time, there's a deep, deep, gut-wrenching part of my soul that wants to like fight him on sight with love, because
it's the Batman smack meme. Where's Kingdom Hearts 4?
It's like it's not that so much. It's the God, he's convoluted. My God, like he's just his storylines are all over the place.
Speaking of announcing things way too early, Nomura. Stop announcing things way too early.
I think, if I'm being honest, I think that's more of a Square Enix problem in general, not Nomura.
Oh, it's absolutely a Square Enix problem.
I mean, look at Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was announced at 2015,
which I was also being like, let's calm down,
dude,
because you were like, I was like, no, it's a movie.
And
it's clearly a movie.
5 years.
Yeah. And then it was like remake. And I was like, you can now freak out.
Yeah. It's like you gotta. I think that the idea of like reveal
2 to 3 years max.
I think that year 1 is reveal, year 2 is gameplay, year 3 is release.
Yes.
I think that is the proper timeline to build hype without setting expectations too high or low on timing.
Say like when you reveal it, at least have like, all right, we're going to talk about it more at a later date, either within the year or next.
Give us an expectation.
Yeah, instead of just revealing it and just like, we're never going to talk about it again.
There's also been some games where they've been really candid up front. They're like, we're revealing this, but this is like, I can't think of an example. Maybe Naughty Dog with the Lost Prophet game or the Heretic Prophet, the space one.
Oh, the most recent thing.
The most recent thing. Neil was pretty straightforward. He's like, it's going to be a long time before we talk about this again. And I'm okay with reveals if you put us in
when they're honest instead of just revealing it and then never talking about it. It's like,
but you got to be really specific. Like I think that just saying it'll be a long time to you and me is two different things. Long time to Fern and Freerin are different things.
Fern is like Oh, that was 10 years? That was nothing.
Yeah. If Freerin said, I have a game in development, it's going to be a little
We'll be
while.
dead.
We'll all be dead.
Yeah, 'cause she's a perfectionist. She's going to take her time with it.
But I think that's more on... I think that's more on Square Enix because a lot of it's stock based for them. I think they're publicly traded and a lot of it's shareholder. So, but Square Enix did have some stuff this week, a little bit, sort of. Final Fantasy VII Remake came out to Switch too.
Yeah, which apparently is actually a really good port, according to a lot of people. By a lot of people, I mean Maximilian, dude.
Yeah,
that's my only source.
I know. Jared from Gamers Joint.
I did not watch him react. I did not watch his review of it.
Yeah, but well, he didn't review it. He just talked about it.
Yeah.
But with that, there's also some interviews really casually about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. And so we got a little bit more news on that. We know the title's been locked in, which before it was still, I guess they were debating.
Gee, I wonder what the first letter of the title will be.
I hope
Put your money down on Q.
There's a world where I hope it's Q. But the
Final Fantasy VII Quantum. I'm like, I was joking.
But they did land on a title. It sounds like the entire game is playable from start to finish. But that doesn't. I mean, that means a lot, but also just a little.
I mean, it makes sense for them to get it out on the 30th anniversary of the first game's release, which is next year, correct?
27. Yep.
That's the January of 27, right?
Yeah, I think it will be an early 27 title. If a year to polish kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
But that specific studio, they've had a very rare situation where they get to make a trilogy back to back to back with the intent from day one of making a trilogy back to back to back. So they are sticking with Unreal Engine 4 instead of upgrading to 5 because that would have caused
makes sense.
a lot of issues.
Not
a lot of issues, but it would have added a lot of time. And
I mean, sticking to an old engine is not an issue. I mean, look at Mortal Kombat 11 back in 2019. That was modified Unreal 3.
Yeah.
And that is one of the best looking fighting games I have ever seen. So it's like sticking to the older engine is never an issue. It's like as long as they know how to enhance it, modify it enough to where it looks like the newer engines.
Yeah.
And as long as it runs at proper frame rates, no bugs.
Well, that's the thing. The new Unreal Engine 5, one of the lighting features that it has is really good, but it's really aggressive on the hardware from a frame rate standpoint. So you have to optimize quite a bit to keep it there. And the fact that they're just keeping with Unreal 4, it allows them to just bring the character models over.
Yeah. I'm a frame rate whore though. Like I got no problem sacrificing some particles if it means the game runs as smooth as possible.
1,000,000,000%. I don't even know how I ever played a game in under 60.
It's like graphic fiends I'll never understand. It's like, yes, games look pretty, but I don't need to sacrifice everything to make it 18K resolution. Yeah. It's so hard to play Bloodborne after playing because it's perma-locked at 30 even on PS5.
Yep.
And it's like, the people mod it to run at 60, but I'm like, I don't have a modded PS4 and I don't have a PC to play that mod.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll until they actually release which they gave. I gave up on that pipe dream. Last year was the 10-year anniversary. They didn't do shit.
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. It's after playing like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring at 60, going back to Bloodborne. I'm like, this is still my favorite.
Yeah, I think that the remake Part 3 comes out next year. They won't use Reunion because Reunion got used for the Crisis Core, which was what everyone thought it would.
Yeah, that shocked me because I even said that with you. I'm like, it makes the most sense. And then that probably was like, well, never mind. I'm gonna laugh if it's also Requiem in some way, shape, or form.
Maybe it's Revival, and we get.
Say it, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, somehow we revive Aerith.
Oh.
It would be interesting because it would be a differentiator from the main story.
The game's almost 30. I don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, there would be a large section of the true community that would not feel great about it.
Oh yeah, because you changed too much of it. People are already mad about how Rebirth ended.
Yeah,
So
I think that the way that there's two things with the way Rebirth ended. I don't want to go too much on a tangent here because I could go on Square Enix tangents for days, but I think that the problem is there were people who were upset about how they handled that scene in Rebirth. And I think that the reason is because they were expecting the same emotional weight as the first time they ever saw it happen, and realizing that it was a true decision. It wasn't something that was like in the moment, it's not as shocking as it was when you're like, oh no, we can't recover this. And I think that one, they did it in a weird way in the game, and I don't know if you played it or watched it.
I've seen people like react to the scene. Even I'm like,
it's a little too drawn out. I think I think that's part of it. But I don't think even if they had done a 1-to-1 recreation just to keep it the same, it wouldn't have hit the same because you're expecting it to happen.
Well, I don't think it would have been 1-to-1 anyway, because I don't think they would have shown the.
Oh, they might have.
I think the camera would have been up here for the there would have been the sound effect.
Yeah,
but I don't think they would have shown it.
I think that what they were trying to do, like their creative intention was the only way we can try and put some weight on this is to bait you into thinking one thing does happen, but then the other thing happens, which is what they essentially did. They make you think that it's fine, and then it's not fine.
Yeah,
everything's. I get it. I really do get it, but
it's like I understand they wanted to make the same story but change it up in a way where it's like it's a different experience, but it's also the same experience, which there's certain people that I keep sending to you. Well, one specific person that
very specifically,
a very specific individual. I can't do his voice at all.
Yeah, neither.
That hates Rebirth into oblivion.
And I think that that's unjustified. I think hating it into oblivion is unjustified because as an open world game, it does so much right.
I mean, now he admits he still rages on it because he's like, well, it triggers everybody, so I'm going to keep deforming it until it doesn't trigger anybody.
Fair enough.
And he's honest. He admits it. He's like, hey, people are still pissed off about it. I mean, if it gets me attention.
I think that I think from a narrative standpoint, yes, you can be upset about the way they handled some of those things at the end, but if you also want to just look at it, you're more or less status quo. You just have a few other trinkets in there that you've got to worry about how they put a bow on in the last part. But for the most part, we're status quo. And unless I'm wrong, unless I missed something. To be fair, it has been 15 years plus since I've played 7 to its finish, and I didn't watch all of the abridged to even get refreshed. I only watched season 1 of Machina abridged, Machina abridged, or whatever, which was hilarious, by the way.
Anyway,
I need to replay it, to be fair. I do. It was on my to-do list. Also, on my to-do list was to play Final Fantasy IX all the way through. I'll get to that in a second. My plan was to play Final Fantasy IX all the way through. The last time that I played Final Fantasy IX, I never beat it. I got to the end of Final Fantasy IX, and then it kind of follows that typical JRPG trope where you have the whole world is your oyster, and now you can go do all these things, and every character kind of has their own last quest to get their either ultimate move or best weapon or whatever. Final Fantasy IX is no...
Gee, what experience was that this year too as well? Oh yeah, Expedition 33 does exactly.
Yeah, it's a huge.
Why it's like this is why people loved Expedition 33 so much because they itched that JRPG. FRPG.
Yeah, it's such a JRPG trope, and it's one of my favorites.
Oh yeah,
every single JRPG that I love does it in some way.
Oh yeah, you haven't been over there? Go explore yet. Oh, that's a super mega ultra boss that you're like 30 levels underneath being able to kill right now.
You did it, and you've done it in every Final Fantasy. Anyway, I got to that point, and then I don't remember what happened, and I never went and beat the game. I did that twice. Once as a kid, and then once in the last 7 years. And I think the reason that I didn't go back and finish it is because it was on my PS4. I was playing the digital copy on my PS4, and then I lost the save data from 4 to 5. I was going to go back and finish it at one point. And Anyway, speaking of Final Fantasy IX, Square, where is my fucking remake? All right, this was part of the Nvidia leak in like 2020, and everything practically from that has been either confirmed to have been a real reveal or a real title, whether it got canceled or not. Some things were canceled, but they were confirmed to have been in development at some point. Square Enix, where is it? You went through for the anniversary last year, relaunched your website, you went through and relaunched a bunch of merch, statues, you had a freaking social media page dedicated to posting about it. You were making us all believe that this thing was coming, and everything pointed to it happening, and it's nowhere. Why? I don't care if it's a chibi remake. I don't care if it's a in the middle remake. I don't care if it's just a remaster that makes things look a little bit pretty and somehow you're doing like the 2D HD thing, but it wouldn't work because it was a 3D game, but you were kind of doing some like 2D 3D HD. I don't know what you're doing, how you're doing it. I don't really care. Where is it?
Just give him some answers, man.
Like, please, just please, I want to play the game. Final Fantasy IX is an underrated classic. I love it so much. I want to play it. I want to finish it. And that's part of the reason I think that I haven't gone back and just replayed 9, because I want to play the new one. The new version.
Also, where the fuck's Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, where is that? Where?
I say like I have any stake in this, I'm just riling you up more.
Dude, anything Chrono Trigger. It's on my bucket list every year, going into every game award show, every game show, every
even if it's just a re-release on modern consoles.
I want to just play the freaking game. And the Steam port, don't even get me started. Okay.
Is it like is
they butchered it?
Oh, it's terrible. Okay.
They butchered it. It is fine now, but they butchered it at launch, and it was just not a great experience.
How did they butcher code? Like because it's just putting
Square wasn't the one who did it.
Oh,
it was done by somebody else, but it's because of the engine. There's a lot to it. I understand it's not that easy.
I'll look it up once I get back home.
When we're talking about like a game from '96,
yeah, that is. Yeah.
Is it 30 years of Chrono Trigger?
A generic
okay,
internet.
But, all right. So here's the thing. There's been rumors about Chrono Trigger remakes, re-releases for literal years, right? But in the last year and a half, 2 years, those conversations with some of the art directors, with some of the game directors, from some of the music producers, etc., some of those conversations went, "Oh, I'd love to do that. Ha ha ha! That'd be kind of fun." Yada yada yada.
95.
So last year.
Last year.
Okay.
August for North America. August 95 for North America.
Okay, so we just hit.
PlayStation in America was 2001.
Well, that was the re-release, which was a great. I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, there has been like the symphony tours that have been playing Chrono Trigger music. They're all of a sudden this week I showed you pictures of these statues that are showing up at these events out of nowhere. And then also the producers that were talking about it before, they were coy about things when before they had a good laugh about it, and they were talking about like, oh, that would be super awesome, wouldn't it? Would love to do something with Chrono Trigger. And then all of a sudden they get really coy about their answers, and they're like, yeah, there's not really much we can say about that right now. Like they're coy. And then also we have the vinyl collection that got put up on Square's site again I don't know if it's the first time or the third time, whatever, but they got put back up. I know there's something there, and it would make sense and fall in line with the Square Enix restructure, where they're focused on very high quality projects and then very cost effective remakes and remasters. And I would be fine. I want to be clear. I would love even just a 2D HD remaster.
Clarence, insert the image of that one dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia with the board. I know there's something.
There's something there.
Just
I know there's something there. It's somewhere out there. There is something Chrono Trigger. I know it. There's a reason that they took down the fan projects. Okay, there were fan.
Oh, they took down fan projects.
Yeah.
Oh, something's
but
upset.
But it's been it's been for a while. To be fair, it's not like the fan projects recently went.
No. Before RE2 remake got revealed, Capcom had a bunch of fan remakes of RE2 get taken down across the board, like the year leading up to RE2's reveal.
Okay. Well, it's been a little bit more than a year that they took those down.
I'm just saying.
There were projects, and much respect to those guys who were trying to do it, because I saw like your little early works and what you were sharing, and I wish you could have finished it. I think the whole world wishes you could have finished it. So, Square, where is my Chrono Trigger? Where is my Final Fantasy IX? Where is my Kingdom Hearts 4? Where is Dragon Quest 12? Because those guys, and I haven't played a lot of Dragon Quest, candidly. I love the concept of Dragon Quest, and I have a lot of the Dragon Quest games. I just haven't beat them. But I feel their pain because Dragon Quest 12 has been revealed for 5 years. We don't know where it is. No idea. They haven't talked about it. It's like it doesn't exist. The only thing they talk about is Final Fantasy
VII. Has it been that long since they revealed 12?
Yes. They're in a worse position than Kingdom Hearts.
Square!
The only thing is they've gotten like other Dragon Quest re-releases and stuff. So to be fair, they're not, in some ways, they're not as bad off as Kingdom Hearts fans. But the way that you've taken with with Final Fantasy VII Remake, they've been every 3 months they do an interview and they talk about a handful of updates pretty openly. Why don't you do that for your other titles? Because the Final Fantasy fans are happy. They're excited to play the next entry. And then everybody else is literally drowning in their own sorrows. Right next to Kingdom Hearts Missing Link, which is dead and buried.
I thought you were about to say the horse from the Neverending Story in the swamp.
Well, what is that?
The Swamp of Sorrows, I think it was.
What is the Swamp of Sorrows?
If you get depressed, you sink into the swamp, and the horse got depressed and sank into the swamp and drowned.
That's very depressing.
Brought to you by The Neverending Story, a very old film that traumatized a bunch of Gen Z children. Gen X children. I got my generations messed up.
Whatever. They're all the same.
I'm just going to pull it up right now and depress you right now. Here you go. Just
That's my Square Enix tangent. I don't have anything else to say there.
I think we
just give us something.
I think we officially lost any Square Enix support on this channel.
No. I would love. The problem is I just love everything that Square Enix does. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, Forspoken wasn't even that bad. Mm-hmm. It just maybe wasn't like, and I know they put some budget into it, but it just wasn't quite a $70 title. But it wasn't that bad of a game either. It really wasn't. Oh, Life is Strange. There was news about Life is Strange this week. Mm-hmm. They showed off in the last episode. It was rumored, and now it's confirmed. There is a new Life is Strange game coming out in March.
I think it was March.
In March, and it's.
I watched the trailer. I don't think you did because you want to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, the only thing
I know nothing about the games themselves. But I remember I watched you play the first game way back in the day, and then I just remember the second one being about two brothers, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But it's like from what I've seen in the trailer, if you're as much of a fan as I think you are, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy where this game is going.
Yes, I imagine I will as well, just based on the description. I know that this is going to bring back a very specific character from the original game and explore the end of this arc. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that could go wrong here from a storytelling perspective. Because of without too much spoilers, but there's a lot they could do wrong.
Yeah, it's like without spoilers, I was confused on how a certain character was able to show up for spoiler reasons, and I'm just like, but yeah.
So I'm excited about that. More great news from the Square Enix does publish for Don't Nod on that. Mm-hmm. So just give me what I want, please. Or an update, like last year, like for Kingdom Hearts, it's going to them specifically, it's really brutal because we got the really cool reveal in 22, right? 22
for
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah, it was the 20th anniversary for the first game.
It was a great trailer,
which I get they did it for the 20th anniversary, but if the game is nowhere near ready, they didn't reboot it, did they?
No. Okay, anytime they ever talk about.
Did they change the engine from 4 to 5 in between though?
They
did they start at 5?
They started with 4, but they switched to 5 very early. Okay. Like they knew from the beginning that they were going to go from Unreal 4 to 5. Like they did it so early. They actually wanted the trailer that they showed off to be in Unreal 5. They just weren't quite done making the transition yet, so they still showed it in Unreal 4. That's how close they were to making the switch.
All I know is the span from Kingdom Hearts 3's official reveal to release was 5.5 years.
Yeah.
We're going to hit 4 years since reveal in April. Mm-hmm. So it's like they got a year and a half after that to hit the window of KH3.
I think they could, but the thing that's concerning is I don't see them releasing Remake Part 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4 in the same year. Mm-hmm. I just don't see them doing it. And there's...
Oh, you don't see them doing 2027?
I don't see them doing both in 27. So does that mean...
What did they release in 2019 besides Cage 3? Was that their big title for 19? And because remake was the next year.
Well, and to be fair, Kingdom Hearts was supposed to come out in September of 2018. Got pushed to January.
Oh yeah, so about 5 years. I mean, I'm pretty sure. What if at Game Fest they do what they did at 2013? We're like, here's FF7 Part 3, but also here's Kingdom Hearts 4.
Would be a really neat callback.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see them releasing in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And could
one could be like early 27, the one would be late 27.
That's the only way you could do it, is if you spread them apart like that.
Stagger them so you don't consume each other's sales.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. They got So what do they have on the docket this year? The Adventures of Elliot or whatever, which is another 2D HD RPG.
Oh yeah, that game.
Yeah, looks cool. I mean, I love the 2D HD stuff, so
yeah,
I'm down with it.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that, but it's like if I'm remembering it correctly, it has some intrigue to it.
Yeah. All right, that's all I got on Square Enix. I'm gonna get off my rant now. So, what you got? Anything else? Anything else in gaming this week, or any exciting news?
Nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm just kind of locked in for waiting for RE9 to come out.
Yeah,
and binge that in one day. Recording the next day.
Could be both.
I mean, if the internet's correct, I'm going to be the saddest boy you've ever seen.
The saddest boy. We'll see about that.
or you can see me beaming with my 2 Leon statues, like right here, just.
Yeah, I think that I don't know, that might wrap it up.
I will say really quick, charging almost $200 for each individual statue for their RE9 collectors stuff kind of sucks. Like, that's almost twice the cost of what I would pay for a regular collector's edition, just for 2 half-done statues.
I do want the gray statue.
Yeah, I want the Leon statue.
You already have a Leon statue, don't you?
I have 2. I have RE2 Leon and RE4 Leon.
That's right.
Now I need RE9 Leon. He's got the Requiem Magnum on the statue, but they literally combined to make one statue.
Yeah, I know.
And what about the half base turns me off. Yeah. So I'm like, I would literally have to just basically be like touch tips.
What is the RE3 Leon?
There was no RE3 Leon. That was Jill statue. I didn't get the collection edition for RE3, so I didn't get that statue.
What about RE5 Leon?
He wasn't an RE5. He was an RE2, RE4, RE6.
What about RE7 Leon?
I'm going to smack you. That was the Baker House diorama, which was the weirdest collector's edition I've seen from Resident Evil. Because it was
also one of the hardest to get, wasn't it?
I didn't even care to get it because I was like, I don't know these characters. I'll just get the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
But like, you got like a mannequin finger USB. You got
I do
like a cassette, videotape cassette with weird. It was so weird, but like it was. I mean, don't get me wrong. RE7 literally saved the franchise. Like I said, an RE like ranking, that'll be a whole like video of just me at some point. I might do that on like my own YouTube channel or something. But no, it's like it was the weirdest collection edition I've ever seen. But I have RE2s with Leon. I have RE4s with Leon. I have the Village one with Chris because I know Chris. I don't love Chris. I like Chris. It wasn't steroid. Now, if they ever remake RE5 and make steroid juiced up boulder punching Chris as a statue, make that the statue of him punching the boulder. I would buy 30 of those and go bankrupt. But no, apparently it's also rumored that like the next remake is going to get revealed this year after RE9 comes out.
Dude, Capcom has been busy.
Capcom is apparently remaking the whole fucking franchise before 7.
Really?
Because
6?
I hope not, honestly. Fuck that. Actually, no. I would prefer they do that because then they could clean it up and make it an actual decent game. I get it. It had like 12 or 13 million sales. People don't know what they want. I have 3 copies at home. I have no room to talk. But no, rumor that they're remaking Zero, which is the one with the train and Rebecca and Billy. They're apparently remaking Code Veronica, which is the Claire Redfield main game, which is considered one of the hardest in the franchises. I've only beaten that game once. So I have no attachment to it, but I'm excited and intrigued by the idea of them actually making it a proper horror game. And there's the already rumored RE5 remake, because RE4 remake literally teases an RE5 remake.
How?
The story beats lead into what happens in RE5. Spoiler zone for RE5. How Wesker wants to take over the world with the Ouroboros virus in RE5.
Yep.
At the end of RE4, he's on the phone with Ada, Leon's on-off love interest.
Yep.
And she's bringing him play. She's like, "Oh, so millions are going to die because of your plan." And he's like, "Billions."
Was that talking about the original Resident Evil 4?
No.
Oh.
And then at the end of the Separate Ways DLC, he's got the body of Krauser, the guy that Leon fights with a knife, and is clearly getting samples out of him to build something. So he takes the Plaga sample that he gets plus that stuff, and he uses that to make the Ouroboros for RE5. They're literally setting up the remake.
That's an interesting.
Put the game at night and make it scary. That's all they really need to do.
For 5?
Yeah.
I mean, 5.
They can keep it co-op. Remove the gunner section where you're driving, and then the boss fight on the gunner section. Imagine running away from that, hiding in the buildings, shooting it, get out of the buildings where it punches it down.
Yeah.
All that. They can improve that game dramatically without having to do much to it.
Dramatically.
I'm one of the few that love Resident Evil 5, even as a solo experience. I love that game, and I love the original trilogy. So it's I'm an OG. I've talked about that. But it's there's so many. It's that's 1, 2. Yeah, they only would have to remake 6 after that, and they basically remade the whole OG stretch before 7, which is insane to think about.
In a pretty short period of time,
Yeah, because RE1 remake already happened back in the day.
That's true.
There was rumors that for the 30th anniversary they were going to redo RE1 again in the current style, over the shoulder, RE2, RE3, RE4, those remakes. Which I'm I'm a boomer. I'm okay with my fixed camera game. It still holds up to this day, visually and all that stuff. A lot of people hate the fixed camera, hate the tank controls. I get it. Just get good.
I think that the fixed camera stuff is fine because it was also a trope used in certain.
It was because at the time of the limited technology, Capcom apparently was so tired of making fixed camera games at that point.
Yeah,
and they were working on 3 of them at one time. They're like, "Come on."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the fact that if they announce a Resident Evil 6 remake in 10 years, I'll be okay, the whole franchise just got remade essentially.
By the time they get done with this set of remakes, they'll have to start over for other remakes.
RE7 15th anniversary remake. No, please. Actually, yes, just replace everything.
So there's been some speculation and thought. What would your thoughts be on any sort of Kingdom Hearts remakes?
Redo KH1 with KH2's battle animations. Visually, make them visually look like KH3.
No, 4.
4, yeah. You know what I mean. Well, we don't have 4 yet.
We don't have 4 yet, but you can already tell.
It's like you can, because they already somewhat updated the battle system from the original game to Final Mix in Kingdom Hearts, so you got more stuff to do anyway. Just tweak it just the tiniest bit, make it a little bit more fluid. I get it. He's new to the Keyblade at that point. He's not as efficient with the Keyblade by that point. But make a progress in the game. At first he's clunky, but by the end of the game you're like, hua, 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 hua.
Well, would you want them to potentially? Because I feel like Kingdom Hearts 1, from a story perspective, there were certain plot points that got introduced that were we're not sure how we're going to do this yet. And
story-wise, Kingdom Hearts 1 still holds up of the 3 of them, in my opinion.
The core the core story present in the game holds up.
Yes. Because it gets convoluted and they add more to it.
Yeah, the backstory and stuff kind of gets convoluted a little bit.
The combat at KH2 is still my favorite.
I mean,
for those that don't know, I started with KH2. I didn't play KH1 until I was already a man. I'm gonna get some hate in the comments, specifically by Evan.
I think that KH2 is, I mean, because of the what do they call it with the pressing triangle, the reaction command.
Yeah, reaction command. Yeah.
Which is coming back in 4. They've confirmed that.
I would expect that as long as they don't have, as long as they don't go even more over the top with it.
I loved how anime Kingdom Hearts 2 got with those at times.
Oh yeah.
Like the final fight with Xemnas and like them dodging.
Throws up the buildings, then Sora just...
Oh god, yeah, that was ridiculous.
It was so
Some
clean.
of that was really, really ridiculous, but I loved it. So,
oh yeah, and how he just becomes like a giant dragon, and you guys shoot it down.
Some of that. So if I had to say if there's anything from 1 and 2 specifically that lost me, it was the giant dragon fight and the giant. And
how they made the final bosses like 5 or 6 phases.
I didn't mind the phases. I just didn't like the fight that we're literally fighting a planet. Like, I was like, what are we doing here?
Well, because
if I had to critique the game,
Ansem in the first game turned into that giant, and you had to you did this chunk first, then you went to this chunk, and then you went to this chunk, and now you can fight him. Mm-hmm. But also, I think you're floating the entire time in that final fight with him. Yeah. Which I'm like, no, just give me a 1v. I like the 1v1 final chunk with Xemnas, where it's you, Riku, and Xemnas. Yep. The black and white coat. Sick. Where he goes Sith Lord on your ass.
So sick. And then, all the things.
The 1,000 bolts of doom, which got nerfed on Lee, and Lee still got destroyed by it. Yeah. It was just like, pew, 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 pew. Meanwhile, in 2, it's just...
What about...
For any Spotify listeners, I just gave him the 30,000 pokes of doom with those sounds.
Pokes of doom.
Yes. Giggity. But yeah.
Pokes of doom. With the final fights, did you played 3 all the way through, right?
Yeah, I've beaten 3. I got Ultimate Weapon. There was a lot of stuff I didn't.
What did you think of the Xehanort fights at the end?
I actually did not mind it.
I thought they were really cool, the underwater flip. And
the fact that he didn't become a massive thing was a big factor to it. I love that he kind of got I am big boss motherfucker armor. Yeah, the goat head arm. That was dope.
Good with that. I was 100% good with that. I think that bosses transforming mid-fight to add phases is something that Square Enix does really, really well. And if you want to talk about boss fights, I don't know that anyone does them better than Square Enix, except for maybe FromSoft, and I say that from a place of not liking FromSoft. To be fair, when you walk into an arena of a FromSoft game, I even look at it, I'm like, oh man, this poor soul is about to get absolutely mutilated by whatever that thing is.
I'm gonna show him Prime Consort We're Dawn really quick.
I know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
It is one of the best boss introductions I have ever seen. It took me 11 hours straight to kill him. Okay. I almost woke up the old roommates after killing him, because I think they just...
Old roommates?
Yeah, the 2 people I was just living with before I moved out. I just don't want to name... Oh. Yeah, this just happened last year. No, a year and a half ago. Was that summer 24.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I beat him and I literally went... And then I texted them, I'm sorry if that woke you up.
That's fine.
But it took me 11 hours straight. I've never taken that much time on a boss. But
because of all the retries, right?
Yes. Yeah. 11 straight.
What's the longest boss fight that it took to complete without dying? From start of the fight without death to the end of the fight without death.
Well, I haven't played Final Fantasy 16, so not that long.
Well, 16 wasn't the one. I don't think any of the fights are like that in 16. It was 15.
I was going to say, didn't you say one of the bosses took you over an hour straight without dying?
Oh, I mean, if you count all the phases in 16, sure. But, I mean, nothing like Adamantoids in Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, the giant turtle of Doom? Yeah, that took me mountain himself?
Yeah, it was one consecutive 7-hour fight.
That was insane. Were you under leveled or had that much health?
I was a little under leveled.
That's on you then.
He had 5.5 million health. and you were doing hundreds of damage, not thousands. But I tried to fight him way too early. I've told you this story because that controller is not on this earth anymore.
It is fragments of dust.
It is at best
in the wind, out in space.
So, for those who aren't familiar, Adamantois, he's literally a mountain turtle, a literal mountain in Final Fantasy 15. When you fight him, you can wait until the end to do it, and he's not that bad. It still takes 45 minutes at level 99, but I fought him at level 50.
When does he pop up in the game to fight? But how, percentage-wise, how far into the game?
You can. It's based on doing some side quests, but you can get all of the side quests done at about the halfway point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's approachable. But anyway, I went and I fought him, and I was stubborn because he's not technically a hard fight. He just demands you to pay attention because his attacks hurt really bad. It's more about you just have to. Oh, it's a war of attrition. But he did this one attack where he'd like lift his head and like slam down on you. Well, hitting his eyes is the weak point, and you do this warp strike ability. So you throw your sword, hit them, and you warp to the sword, and then you can do a combo, and then you'll start falling again. So anyway, I took it on way too early. And in Final Fantasy 15, when you're about to enter a fight, you get a little notification at the top of your screen, and it's like basically saying you're about to enter danger. Once you get in the fight, you're in the fight. If you leave the fight, whatever you were fighting gets its health back. End of story. So, I was fighting him, and what ended up happening was he was lifting his head, and I had him down to like 10%. I'm like 6 hours in. I had him down to like 5-10%. I don't know what it was. Somewhere in that ballpark. But he was at a sliver, and I'm warp striking him as he's lifting his head. And I warp strike, but where his head stopped and where my character went, I ended up being like slightly above his head, and then he pushed me up a little bit further, and it pushed me out of the play area on a vertical axis, and when I got to the ground, he had his full health back, and I destroyed that controller because I was 7 hours in. I didn't lose the fight. I just would have had to start over. I destroyed that controller.
Oh, the pain I just felt in my gut. Oh.
I have never been so mad at a video game in my life. And then I went back and I beat him when I was level 90. I wasn't going to do it again. But I considered it a win, ultimately, because I still had health potions. I still had ways to heal. He was done for. I was just getting impatient and warping up, and then the game bugged. So, that is how I lost my first anniversary controller from PlayStation. I'm pretty sure it was the anniversary controller.
Big sad.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, the longest, like, FromSoft bosses are the longest I spent on bosses, but that was not, like, one concurrent straight attempt, never. Because there's not any games that I can recall and anything that would take hours for me to beat.
Yeah.
Because you know very well, I don't have the patience for that unless I'm like FromSoft, essentially.
Yeah.
There's no game where it's like one straight attempt is hours upon hours. I'm like, no, because those, to be fair, those 11 hours with Radon, I was taking mini breaks. Because I was like, I do not have the money to replace this controller. Let me walk away for like 30 minutes, get some food in me, get some water, and then I went back down to it. But no, and then it's like I discovered like Radon in Elden Ring. And in most FromSoft games, there's like afflictions you can cause, like poison damage.
Yep.
In Elden Ring, there's a thing called rot damage, which is stronger poison essentially, and all that. I learned because I avoided like looking up what things are weak to. I learned throughout the fight Radon was weak to rot damage, which I'm like, oh, lore wise, that makes sense. So I wound up just like making my weapons. There's a couple weapons that already get imbued with like, hey, just naturally does Scarlet Rot damage along with regular damage. I wind up infusing that weapon, making it a blood, poison, and rot damage weapon. So it does blood loss. It's like special attack that Ash of War, for those that don't know, would release a poison gas cloud, which would poison him, and then the blade naturally does rot damage event once I hit a certain threshold. So he's got poison going, rot going, and then at a certain point I cause blood loss, because I normally build arcane characters, which blood loss, how fast you can trigger it depends on your arcane level and the weapon stats. So I would literally just like roll, like I learned to get good at dodging so hard. There's a lot of people where they're like, oh, just hide behind a shield and do it. Like, no, that's not fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to struggle. And then he does like a golden god nuke in the second phase where you're just like the William Dafoe meme just and just destroyed immediately. But no, that in recent memory, that fight just it took more time with him than it did Melania. And she was like the original super boss.
See, what's really interesting talking about bosses, if we were to go through and like draft up like our top 5 boss fights of all time or something.
Like favorite or like what we consider the most challenging?
Top 5, all things considered. So between like just you love the fight for what its emotional means, the difficulty, all of that stuff.
I just had a random idea. I'll discuss with you after pod when it comes to that stuff.
Okay, sounds
I'm just
good.
saying that now. So
I feel like your list would be a lot of FromSoft stuff, and I feel like my list would be a lot of Final Fantasy 16 specifically.
What? No.
Because those icon fights were...
Popping Clarence right here just shaking his head yes. Like, no, get back to your chair.
Those fights were so good. But I think that I don't know. Anything else?
Nothing that I can recall.
Yeah, I think that we went pretty long today, and I don't know. I don't know. We can announce something, sort of, but be vague about it.
The fart of my brain is strong right now. You must be the one to do it.
March.
Oh,
March.
Clarence, edit that whole part of me not remembering what I was about to say. So it is March. I believe March 16th is when the upload will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
vague. Remember,
things will happen on the 10th episode.
You can be a little more specific, but just vague about that.
There might be 3 people on that episode.
3 people? Interesting.
The topic of that day is currently being determined, but yes. March 16th, episode 10 of the podcast.
Yeah.
Mark it in your calendars.
10. Spirit fingers on 10.
Yes. There'll be so many spirit fingers. And so many fist fights. What? Who said that? Clarence?
I don't know about fist fights.
Clarence is antagonizing.
Yeah. I also had another idea, remind me. So
we have several off-pod discussions.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's it. I think this is a good spot to stop. So lots of news this week from gaming. If there's anything in particular you guys want to see, again, please let us know. But we'll probably keep talking about anime and games. Maybe a little bit of music here and there. I got a selfless plug. The song at the beginning, you can do the extended version of it, a minute of it. It's available on Spotify and my channel. So I'm really excited about that. The EP is still progressing. And I am looking to do 2 charity projects this year. So I am in need of a vocalist. So if you are interested in potentially doing something from a charity perspective, I am thinking along the lines of doing cover songs, maybe 1 cover, 1 original with vocals, because most of my stuff is instrumental, but that's why I want a vocalist. And one of them, I think I want to be about mental health awareness, suicide prevention, and we don't make money on this right now, but if we do make any money or whatever, anything that's tied to that project would all go to charity. So if there's any money to be made, and if you're an artist of any sort that wants to provide like art, like key arts, visuals, dancers, anything that would contribute to it, the more people who get involved, the more prep I want to put into it. So I'm going to start prepping the music side of it now. And then over the course of the next 3 months, I'd like to have the first one like solidified and then release in the summer and then 1 in the fall. So I want to do 2 charity events this year. I'll donate some of my own personal money into it as well, because I just want to try and do something good with the art. So again, let me know either in the comments or whatever if you're interested in being a vocalist or contributing in any way, shape, or form. I'm open to how can I involve some more people. I can't guarantee I can involve everybody if we get a lot of interest, but yeah, I want to do that. So, and then what do you got to plug?
I got to follow up that. Fantastic.
Sorry. I mean,
let's see. No, that's some good stuff. In my case, Twitch and YouTube, Arclay Red. On Twitch, it's Arclay Red. No, on YouTube, it's Arclay Red Gaming. I'm still trying to get my stuff fixed. Tuesdays and Thursdays, usually later in the day, is when I try to stream, and then I try to upload the VODs or some form of edited version of the streams by the following week on YouTube. So if you don't catch the streams, they'll be there on YouTube the following week. I usually post any updates on like if streams are gonna be late or not on the Instagram, which is also Arclight Red Gaming, but that's because I don't use Twitter. I usually just try to like post on the stories of that. So if you want, go ahead, follow those. If not, either way, appreciate your time.
All the links for his stuff is in the bottom, so will mine. But yeah, he's pretty consistent on his naming across platforms for the most part. So
yeah, currently I don't know if I'll still be playing it by this point. Currently playing Silent Hill 2 and editing Silent Hill 2, so that's what you'll be seeing most of at the time being. I already got plans for the next game because I'm trying to get some stuff done before RE9. But until then, it's going to be Silent Hill 2 for the time being.
Sick. Excellent. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. It's kind of cool. We're 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
So next episode's 5. I'd call that a milestone. Our first milestone.
That's absolutely a milestone.
That is
what you mean?
Milestone. So really, really exciting. I like doing it. So we'll keep at it. But thank you guys so much for watching. Do the stuff, the YouTube stuff, I guess.
Yes. I'm not going to list them because that's a trope of hitting that like button, sharing, and subscribing.
You've done it in every video, so
I know. Because I feel like I'm being led into it.
Yeah, we are also on Spotify as far as the podcast is concerned. So if you are audio only, there is nothing wrong with that. We've got a place for that. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.